going on, everybody? Thank you for joining another episode of the Sports Roundtable. Mark, what's going on, bro?
Nothing much, man. Nothing much, man. Just ready to get into it. Let's dive into it.
Yeah, another great episode, especially when Auburn basketball is winning. That's what I like to see. Yeah,
That was a
that's
lucky
what I like to
win.
see.
Y'all got a lucky win. Slow down. Don't act like y'all
Hey,
just went
bro.
in there and
Hey,
destroyed
when you're
South
the top
Carolina.
10 in the nation, ain't no such thing as lucky win. We go on your
Yes,
trap,
it
take over your trap. We get back on the plane. We fight it out and go back to practice next day. That's what we do. That's what we do, Mark. That's what we do.
Yeah, y'all got out of there by the skin of y'all. Yeah, that's all right. That's all right.
Hey, at the end of the day, on a record book, it don't say the skin of a win. It just say win. It
Yeah,
say
like I said,
WLs.
I can't wait for the Iron Bowl basketball of this year.
Yeah. Hey, man. So let's kick it off with some college football, man. We had the semifinals the last couple of days, Thursday and Friday. We'll jump right first. Notre Dame upsetting Penn State, which we was not surprised about. Notre Dame beat 27, Penn State 24. It was a tight game, man. I think both of us projected. I know myself projected that. I didn't think Penn State had a chance, man. I didn't think it was going to be that close of a game, but it turned to a defensive battle. I mean, it was a real good semifinals game, man. So to be honest with you, in my eyes, Penn State belonged there, man, at that game. So talk to me, man. What you think, bro?
Yeah, it was a decent game. It was definitely for the play calling that was going on at that point in time.
Yeah.
I felt like it was an arcade game because
Yep,
it was
it
more
was.
so
It
one.
was.
It was just running all day. I think they said they didn't have a completion. Penn State didn't have a completion by a wide receiver in the second half. It was by a
Yeah,
running
yeah,
back and a tight end, I believe.
yeah.
Yes, I mean arcade meaning they used to do more running back in the day, so that's what it was basically tied down to.
A lot
Yeah,
more power run. A lot more power run.
I felt I picked Notre Dame to win, of course, but Notre Dame they're gonna be in trouble if they can't stop that run, and they didn't do a good job against it necessarily. So yeah,
Yeah,
man, it was a game, but I definitely think Penn State could have won it. And they blowed it. You got to throw the ball downfield. And I was saying the same thing the whole game. Why wasn't Notre Dame throwing the ball more, which they should have
yeah.
been doing? And as
Hey,
soon as
hey,
they
Mark,
did, you see what happened.
let me give you the passing yards to help on your. So I'm looking at a Notre Dame quarterback, 15 for 23, 223 yards passing, one touchdown, two INTs. Penn State quarterback, 12 for 23, 135 yards passing, one interception, no touchdown. So that goes to what you were saying.
Yeah, man. It was a good game. I'm glad it wasn't boring. Definitely,
Yeah,
I'm glad it was a good game. So
a lot of
and
big defensive plays.
it was in Notre Dame. They threw themselves to a win. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You got to limit the big plays, and more so if you have whoever has the big plays and less turnovers usually win the game.
yeah,
So
yeah,
so yeah, that's exactly what happened. And like we were saying last episode, James Franklin just can't win the big game for real, for real. But I mean, he did good. I'm not gonna say anything bad against him because just for a team to make it that far is definitely good. So I definitely give Penn State, what I'm saying, a high five and a pat on the back for getting that far, into the
yeah.
play.
Because he could have went either way. Either
Right,
or, it
right.
could win either way. Hey, and I'm gonna break down the rushing yard because this shows you how much of a defensive game it was. Notre Dame running back, obviously he scored that last powerful touchdown, running over people that couldn't get him down. He had
Mhm.
11 rushes, 45 yards, one touchdown. Penn State running back, 15 carries, 84 yards with three touchdowns.
Yeah, man. As you say, the tenacity that he ran that ball with on that last play, love that last scoring touchdown for Notre Dame. Just to break 2, 3 tackles. That's what becomes a staple in people's mind in history when you go back and you think about the game and you recall on the game. You're definitely going to remember a play like that.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, man. It was a game. It definitely was a game. But I'm glad.
I love it, bro. I ain't gonna say I love the game, but I'm glad for football's sake. Probably even the committee's happy because we've been on everybody's been on their ass the whole selection process. That first of all, it was no blowout. It was a great defensive game. I mean,
Hmm.
it came out to the wire, so that satisfied all the ticket people. People that got money invested into this game. So, uh, but you remember, Mark? I'm gonna tell you something, bro. Remember who I've been on their ass about, and this guy. I'm gonna add him to the stage right now and let you hear what he had to say.
The alignment that I felt from LSU, from the president down to the board, the resources, the ability to play for championships in the SEC, playing against the best each and every week.
So, Mark, I've been on Brian Kelly's ass talking about, I ain't gonna never win nothing being at Notre Dame. Left them, you know what I mean? You left them kids high and dry before a bowl game after a loss. Y'all didn't make it to the playoffs, but y'all got a high bowl game. Left them dudes right before the bowl game. They scrambled for an interim coach. They put Freeman as an interim coach. Then they obviously hired him as the head coach. But he feel like I need to run from Notre Dame because I'm not gonna get a shot. Now this man, look what he's doing right now. Look what you're doing at LSU. So who was the biggest problem?
Yeah, I mean, it says a lot. It really does. It says a lot
Yeah,
about Marcus Freeman too. It's more of a positive for him than
yeah.
anything. You know what I mean? And less of what Kelly could do. At Notre Dame. So yeah, I mean that definitely says a lot. I mean that's definitely one of the worst ways we always say for a coach to lead the players. Because it's always so lopsided as far as when a player leaves a university, he's always dragged through the mud. But once a coach does it in the
It
middle of the
ain't no
night,
problem.
yeah,
Ain't no problems at all.
exactly.
Ain't no
So
problems at all.
yeah.
The same thing with the NFL. The
Mhm.
organization asks you, hey, we trying to do this to our roster. Can you restructure your contract? Oh, the fans hear about it. Restructure, be team friendly, but hey, as soon as the player asks for some money, you know what I mean? It's a problem.
Yeah, because fans don't look at it from a business point of view.
Yeah. It's a
Yeah,
two-way street.
right. Well, more than likely, what they're doing, the organization is they're trying to get over on the player.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, man. I'm definitely glad, like I said, for Marcus Freeman for what he's done and been able to do with Notre Dame at this point in time. I just think they better lock it down. They don't have to stop that run because one thing about Ohio State, they coming out swinging. They playing like they're trying to save Ryan Day's job, and they might be,
Boy,
but
hey,
they are coming out swinging. They outcoached their defensive coordinator, outcoached Sarkisian, no doubt about it, hands down. He was giving them different looks all game long and switching it up on them. He was blitzing, staying on their neck. He wasn't letting off of them. So, and Sarkisian, I don't know where his prolific offense was because the route running they were doing. I mean, no, it was like no 7 to 10 yard route, no 5 yard routes. For no dump passes. Quinn Ewers really didn't have anywhere to just to throw it or dump it off to. I mean, he made some bad decisions himself, Quinn Ewers, but yeah,
I
man,
know where the prolific offense went.
out the door.
Huh?
It went down.
It stayed on the bench with Arch Manning.
Well, and they talked about that during the middle of the game. That's so crazy. They said that he might be the one to go to Georgia. Quinn Ewers might be the one to go to Georgia to get that deal that we were talking about, that $6 million unofficial offer wherever it came from. Because
I,
it's no way Arch Manning is going to sit another year.
I'm gonna say this. No, he ain't sitting another year. He ain't gonna sit another year. So before the game, they said, Ear said he's going straight to the NFL. The report by him going to hit a transfer portal is not true. Okay, I mean, I ain't broke down analyst numbers on each game that he's done, but the one thing I have seen that he ain't NFL, he's not an NFL quarterback entering the draft that's going to get drafted before the third round. I haven't seen that. Now playing this game, did it look like he's really an NFL quarterback? He looked like he's in the middle of the pack from all the college current quarterbacks right now.
Well,
He
one
seems like
thing,
he's very much in the middle of the pack.
one thing
Nothing
about
about
Quinn
this
Ewers,
game does it say, "Hey, I'm top. I'm NFL rated. I'm top rated NFL quarterback right now."
not
Nothing says that about this game.
not accuracy wise, definitely not accuracy wise, because he missed some throws that at this point in the year and this late in your career, you definitely have to complete. You shouldn't be missing these type of throws because
Yep.
you put your team behind the eight ball. You already know the closer you get toward the championship game, the less mistakes that that you are allowed to make, and they're so vivid at this point in time. So he missed some throws, some pertinent throws that they needed and some clutch throws that they needed at the time. Isaiah Bond, who traded and left Alabama after he caught the fourth and Miro pass against Auburn.
Yeah.
He dropped definitely a third down that they needed. It was crucial. It was major crucial at that point in time. But yeah, man, they definitely got our coach. Texas got our coach. They didn't play up to their ability, and like I told you, they would win the game if they got the ball to their speedsters and the people that they
Yeah.
count on
Yeah.
almost, and they didn't.
I mean, but also, like you pointed out, the man wasn't accurate. I'm talking
He
about they was doing combat routes. He's overthrowing them.
Yeah, he was.
Who, like, bro, it's a combat route, man. You throw it to the chest or you throw a low so he come back to it. He throwing it into the stands. Nothing about his game shows that, hey, he need to step out to the NFL. Yes, you can step out of the NFL. You're going to go back fifth round. All right, now it's going to make financial because obviously we seeing quarterbacks right now want to go to Duke, getting paid $4 million. We just seen Beckett just went down to Miami. He's getting $4 million. They just paid Cam Ward $1 million. So now that's a $3 million increase just because of this year's current rate for quarterbacks. You need to go somewhere else. Georgia might be a good pick. University of Oregon might be a good pick. But right now, if he go to NFL, hey, you are in the middle of the pack, bro. Nothing screams about his game. So to be honest with you, I think if Manny would have played the game, they would have beat Ohio State. I honestly think that the
And
decision would have been better, the mobility would have been better, and the throws would have been very much accurate than what he was throwing.
definitely the second thing you said, the mobility, because Quinn Ewers
Yep.
took some sacks that he shouldn't have taken also.
Yeah, he was
At some
stepping
point,
in the pocket when it was collapsing inside.
exactly,
Like, go
exactly.
around this.
It was exactly. It was one play he disappeared in the huddle, and he wasn't even sacked on the ground yet. He was just standing there, but you couldn't see him because there was
Yeah.
so many people around him. You got to make a decision, you know.
So I mean, Ohio State, they balled out. And they balled out to what you need to ball out. Your defense show up. Your defense ended the game with the same dude. The same dude came around the edge. He made the sack. He made the strip, and he got that. He scooped and scored it.
Lionel,
What's up?
the end of the game. It was third down. Where were they?
Oh, they was in the red zone.
They was on the inch line. They was on the 1 inch line to go
Yep.
into the. And I said, line up. I said, oh, just line up and run it because they did it on second down and they
Yep.
stopped him. I said, who cares? It's the inch line. Do it again. Do it again. Line up and do it again.
Yep.
And what did they do? They ran a pitch play, or they ran like a flare route, and it took like a 6 yard, 7 yard route. Lost. They took a 6 yard loss. I'm terrible call by Sarkeesian. That was a terrible call, man, on the goal line. You on the 1 inch line to tie the game up to go to the national championship.
Yep. Mark, I'm finna give it to you right now. I'm finna add that to the stage right now.
But you know
Because
what?
with you speaking on that, we finna show so people, you know what I mean, paying attention what we got. I did it.
And you know what, too? You could be right, because I'm pretty sure they would have ran it with Arch if he was in the game at that time.
I mean, to be honest with you, man, Art should have been in the game, man. I thought I could add it to him. Art should have been in that game, man.
Yeah,
Art,
I thought they definitely would have gave him more playing time at that
yep.
point in time, because if you trust somebody, a backup quarterback, to put him in on a fourth down to get the fourth down, definitely running the ball. We already know how great of a passer he is at this point in time. So if you trust him to put him in on fourth down to run the ball, I mean, I definitely thought I would have seen at least 10 more plays from him at that point in time. But yeah, that
I
could be a
mean,
big problem.
it was bad, bro. It was to the point, man. I'm like, come on, man, just do it, man. Just, I mean, it's
Then they got you got they got a pass interference call. They got two penalties against Ohio State to line up
I'm
and
finna
just
add it
run the
right.
ball. Look at this. That was first down. That was first down.
That's first down. They're gonna go through all 4 downs. Now this right here,
Look at this.
this that Pittsburgh doggone Pittsburgh
That's the
Steelers
worst
offense. Toss the
play.
ball 5 yards back.
That's the worst play ever. Why would you do that, man? I don't even know what that was.
Look at this man, 33. Look at him. That man, I don't know who the defensive player of the game was, but he could have been a defensive. If he didn't get it, he should have been a defensive player of the game just for that play right there. That one single play.
I think he
That
did
sealed
win.
the game.
I think he did win it, actually. Yeah,
So
man,
that right there, man.
that was horrible. That was horrible. I would have lined it. Think about goal line, playing goal line in high school when you run goal line. What do you do? You line up and you're gonna run it. They're gonna run it right down your throat every single play.
Mark, remember what I told? I said this on our podcast, and I told you this personally. Like my biggest pet peeve right now with high school sports and pretty much youth sports all the way to high school sports. Remember I said this a long time ago, but I have said it on here. My biggest problem right now with high school and below is first of all they're on the goal line and they still in shotgun. That's all right. Now you already giving up yards off the rip. Even even if you're a shotgun and say the quarterback fumble the ball, drop it at his legs, a low snap, you just lost yards right there. So any mistake, you just gave up from the inch line to the 1 yard line to about the 4 to 5 yard line
Yeah,
off
no
the
doubt
rip.
about it.
That's one of my biggest pet peeve right now is with high school and below, and that was a high school move right there. Why are you in shotgun on the fucking 1 yard line on the inch line?
It made no sense. It literally made no sense.
Like on it, I mean, you ain't even got to do the tush push. Only thing you telling you first of all, them doggone college linemen, they finna cut the D lineman at the legs. If you're going bunt set and they going power ball, they are not coming high. They are cutting at the legs. They're cutting the D lineman at the legs. That's the first piece. You under center. Only thing you got to do is just fall on top of the center, bro. And you in the goal. You in the touchdown. So what?
Man, that was
I don't.
bad. I don't get it either. I don't know what they. It was a panic. It was a panic mode. That's exactly what I believe, because there's no way I think he would have called that in a normal situation, in a normal game. Sometimes those coaches, man, they go to thinking too much, and
I'm
they
gonna
call
tell
the
you
wrong
another
play.
reason why I think it is. I'm gonna tell you because you said I don't know where Sarkisian prolific offense is. If you look at the way Sarkisian run his offense, he do a lot of misdirections. He do a lot of motions. He want to see who. First of all, he doing it for multiple set. Who's it? If we in man or you in zone, so he quarterback can see it. But also he want to create mismatches.
He
But
did
in
none of
the
that.
prolific offense, he liked a lot of spread, blah blah blah. But he don't also revert back to power ball. Same thing I be complaining about Todd Monken. Sometimes you got to run the fucking ball.
Hmm.
Now, if Sarkisian was with Nick Saban right now, run that in that same exact scenario,
You
he
got
would like,
cussed out.
hey, I don't care what the fuck we do all day, but we that close to the goal line, you better be under the center and we're going power ball.
Hmm. That's definitely one of them plays you would have seen Coach Saban where he'd have been hollering at the offensive coordinator on the sideline saying, "Why are you not running the ball? Run the ball. Run it down their throats. I don't care what it is. You on the inch line." I heard somebody say last night, they said, how much closer can they get? Because they got 2 penalties. They was on the inch line. So it's like, run the ball. I mean, as for a defensive player, man, to see an offense come out in that lineup, on the goal line, that's why they attacked the play so hard because they knew it.
More, I actually seen this in live and color, deja vu, with my son's high school football team. When they lost the state championship, like it was 5 years ago. They was on a 2 yard line, shotgun, 4 plays. They stopped them. All right, they happened in the second half. They on the 2 yard line, shotgun, 4 downs. They get in the off. I'm like, bro, like our quarterback sneak the first 2 downs. If I don't get it, you know what I mean? We power ball, like get as close. Somebody's gonna fall over, bro. Like, why are we? You in shotgun on the 2 yard line. What a quarterback getting the ball at? About the 5 and 6 yard line.
Every time.
You already know they blitzing you because they want the ball at your hand fast. So your reads got to be quick. So if you ain't got quick out routes, it's done.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't gonna be able to throw the ball across the middle that fast because you got 2 blitzes coming up the middle, and they're gonna have with their hands up. So you're not gonna see it.
Yeah, if you're not doing catch and throw right then, it ain't gonna work.
It ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, they blowed it, man. They
Bro,
definitely
it
blowed.
was really deja vu because it pisses me off. The only people in the world with all football teams in the world that does it right is the doggone Philadelphia Eagles. They get close. That you already know they let you know we ain't throwing the ball. We going tush push.
And they don't care that you know it.
Thank you. Because it's working. It's working. Jason Kelsey, he used to always say, he said he used to feel bad for the running back because he said if they break an 80-yard run and they get tackled at the 2 yard line, he feel bad. He said, bro, you already know it's about to happen. You ain't finna get the ball.
Yeah.
We going to like you already know it's done. We're not finna play this against we going forward. We ain't going lateral, we going side to side, we going forward. And that's what this test up that game.
You know what that reminded me of too?
What's that?
One of my friends from Atlanta, we were watching, I think it was, if I'm certain, it was Atlanta Falcons and the Miami Dolphins were playing. This is when Sarkisian was the offensive coordinator.
Uh-huh.
They was on the goal line, similar situation, and they ran the same play twice, and it got stopped. 4th down, they lined back up the same exact formation, and we both were like, no way they're gonna do the exact same thing 3 times in a row. It was in shotgun, 3 shotgun plays on goal line, and they ran it. They ran the same play, and it got shut down. He ran the same play 3 straight times. So he messed with me when Sarkisian went back to Alabama. He was like, man, I'm glad y'all got him, and we got rid of him because he was scared of plays like that. And I'm not gonna lie, I was too. I was nervous he was gonna make plays like that. Luckily, he didn't because Saban wasn't gonna allow it. Just like we said, and I'm pretty sure he's probably hollered at Sarkisian on the sideline for making crazy call plays like that. So Sarkisian don't have anybody to holler at him. He's the man now. At this point in time. So I mean, when they lined up in that formation, I knew it was I knew it was gonna be terrible then. Soon as they lined up in shotgun.
So Sarkisian balance of offense is more long run hitters.
Right.
Not that hey, I
Not
get
power
you
ball, like you said. Yeah.
That's what it is, and that's what jacked them up. You on the 1 yard line, bro. Quarterback sneak that thing. Power ball, man. Stop going backwards. Stop going backwards, man. This is not the time to be doing RPOs on the 1 yard line. That shit is RPO is not designed to be that way. I mean, bro, it's sad, man. But like I said, Ohio State, man, this Ohio State versus Notre Dame game. I mean, they got 10 days. The game is on the 20th. So that's a lot of playing time, a lot of recovery for everybody. Uh, I I think right now I got Ohio State winning it, but like I said, it could go either way. Both defenses looking good. Both defenses doing what they supposed to do. That's one thing that we can say about it. Like I'm not gonna say it's gonna be a high scoring game. I don't know what I'm gonna really have to really think about how this game gonna play out.
Yeah, yeah, man. I would like.
How you think gonna play out? Do you not think I mean do you got idea how you think it's gonna play out? What's your
Man,
prediction?
it could get ugly. And I'm gonna say this what because of the same thing I said earlier. Ohio State comes out swinging like they're trying to play for Ryan Day's job, and
Yeah.
ever since they did that with, and they're not taking a step back, and they did the same thing. They came out swinging against Texas. So, like I say, man, if if Notre Dame doesn't get together, if they don't come out and make the plays they need to make, Ohio State can win this game easily. Easily, man. But I would want Notre Dame to win. I would pick them to win, but Ohio State definitely can win this game. No doubt about it, hands down.
Okay.
And truth be told, I think they might win the game. I would want Notre Dame to win, but I think Ohio State might win the game.
All right. We'll come back to it, man. We'll come back to it. Man, let's switch gears, man, to the NFL. We'll start out with some breaking news that came to light yesterday with Deshaun Watson um, rupturing his Achilles again off the one that he recently did. I'm gonna add it to the stage. So he already had his surgery on this re-ruptured Achilles, but it's something I want to bring up on it that's towards the bottom of this. Uh, Releasing Watson after the 2025 season will leave the Browns with either 99 million in dead cap money or 72.9 in 2026 at another 26.9 million in 2027 if designated a post June of 1 release date. Um, with all that being said,
He could just ride the bench and get paid.
they're in salary cap hell, man. They got nothing. I mean, they got nothing from this whole freaking ordeal of a contract. You know what I mean? Because you remember when he signed, it was two quarterbacks signed right after him. That same, like a couple of weeks after that. First one was Pat Mahomes with that 10-year contract. Then Lamar signed like a month after that because he was still going in the battle with the
I think it was
Baltimore Ravens.
Josh Allen. Yeah, but
I think Josh Allen was that following year, if I remember correct. It might have been that same year, but all of them was in that same, I guess, off season. We'll say that they was in that same off season.
yeah, because I
But
remember they were mad at the Browns for making that high.
they did that. Yep, and because Deshaun reset the market. Now the people that we named, Pat Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, and Josh Allen, basically re-signed all that same offseason after Deshaun Watson did it. Even if Lamar hasn't won a Super Bowl he hasn't won a Super Bowl yet. He got multiple MVPs during this tenure. Josh Allen hasn't won a Super Bowl and hasn't won an MVP, but they have been on a playing field and they've been putting their teams in great situations. The organization are getting their dollars worth from them contracts. The Browns haven't got nothing for this contract. Nothing. Nothing but more headaches.
None at all. And my thing is, how do you re-tear the same Achilles? I mean,
I can tell you how. I got that for you too. I got that for you too. I got that for you too. Hold on. Let me pull that up.
like what was the whole training process? Like what was going on during this whole training,
Oh,
this whole rehab process?
it
Because
I'm
there's
telling you
no
what.
way, there's no way if you do what you need to do that would happen.
This ain't it. Hold on. Give me a second, Mark. I got
Oh
you.
my
I got
God.
you. It was
Now, that's that old school still a defense I was talking about right there. Ray Harrison. Oh my gracious, knock you loose.
I was trying to find the video. I had the video saved, so I tell you how he restruck. He
Well, I mean,
redid it.
I know physically it can be done, but I'm like, like
No,
structurally, how does that happen? Because once you tear a Achilles, is you sit down, you're down and out. You feel me? You have to basically rehab that like a hamstring. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So
that's here you go, Mark. I got it pulled up. So this question was answered with by Shannon Sharp. And I'm gonna go into it right now.
Underwent a second surgery for a right Achilles rupture. I don't know if you've had teammates that have ruptured their Achilles. They're normally in a boot for at least 3 months. What makes this injury so difficult to recover from is that when they put you in a boot, the muscles start to atrophy.
Right.
Now you have to build all those muscles up. 62 days after surgery, Deshaun didn't have the boot on. He's going to miss all of 25. He missed a large part of 23. He missed damn near all of 24.
This is a setback, for him. It's also a setback for the Browns. I'm curious to see what the Browns are going to do at that position. I'm not sure what they're going to do, but man, this is not good for them. It's not good for Deshaun. That's upsetting.
Now
I
you
seen
see the
that video.
reason why.
I seen that video too. I seen that video.
Now you see the reason why. It
when
was
he
not
was
in the boot like he's supposed to be.
That's
He was not in the boot like he's supposed to be.
Yep, and no telling how long he didn't have it on. That little trip he had with
It
his
looked like he
jersey.
was normal just walking
It
around
did,
there.
it did. I mean, even though he wasn't doing much of anything, but
But the boot is meant to take the pressure off for healing.
right, and
So
that muscle is very tender when it's torn. It's a real process to getting that muscle back to where it needs to be.
So, Mark, I say this. It's been another report that's been released, and I just seen this probably an hour ago. And I'm waiting for more details to come about it. That possibly with this additional injury, that it does reflect this guaranteed money. I don't know if it's if the re-injury is caused by you not doing the rehab correctly, so we're gonna be able to recoup back some of this guaranteed money. So that video that was just shown, what I just shown, if they find out that this was because he wasn't doing the necessary steps, they might could recoup some of that money back. But
Yeah,
we're gonna see.
I'm pretty sure because there's all type of clauses in contracts,
Yep,
just like it is with incentives and everything else. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it was.
yep. So we're gonna see how this happened and what transpired from it. Uh, I don't know what's the upside for the Browns, because if you ask me, the Browns got to rebuild. They're gonna have, and I hate to say this, and I was joking with you what I said, but I was kind of serious what I said about Myles Garrett. I said, man, I hope Baltimore, you know what I mean, we trade for Myles Garrett, because we got a team built with Ross, and we got a lot of young talent. We could give up a 1 or 2 a first round, you know what I mean, pick to get Myles Garrett, maybe 2 years of first round pick. We can do that to get him. But on the flip side is they're gonna have to offload Myles Garrett regardless, because you are in a rebuild right now. You got to restructure. You got to rebuild your whole, and you already know you're going to be able to get a lot more from Myles Garrett than him just standing there. And
Mhm.
Myles Garrett being a competitor, he ain't finna just sit there in the freaking cold of Cleveland, keep losing like he losing. Which you got a quarterback that just re-ruptured his doggone Achilles. They're going to be out almost probably majority of 2025. So what are we coming into?
Yeah, you might as well just go ahead and sign him away, sign the contract. He'll definitely be on the. He'll be traded by maybe by what you call it, by the draft or a
Yeah,
little bit after the
yeah,
draft.
or on draft day. You know
Right,
what I mean?
right,
It could be on
right,
draft day too. But
right.
it y'all got to do. I mean, Myles Garrett stuck it out with Cleveland for too long to the point where it's like you got to do right about it. You guys are in a rebuild. In the way his career is right now, he don't need to be on a rebuilding team.
No,
So
he needs to be definitely on a playoff caliber team like right now
yeah,
because how he plays is ring worthy. You know,
yes,
it's Aaron Donald
yep,
worthy. So I mean,
yep,
yeah, they might as well because there's gonna be so many teams coming after him, and like you say, it's crazy to say that, but they need to do right by him and trade him
yep, yep.
because
So
it's
I mean,
miserable.
they
It's
got
miserable.
and they're gonna and that's gonna help them out regardless with rebuilding because what comes with rebuilding? Additional draft. You know what I mean? If you're a doggone at the bottom, which I don't even know what they in a draft order right now, so I haven't really looked at the draft order. But you could probably get 2 first-round pick up some talent that you freaking need. But the
Mhm.
Browns wasting Myles Garrett is a no go, man. Like it shouldn't happen. Uh, especially now with Deshaun Watson back out again, which we don't. Even if he was playing, he hasn't been playing like he was in Houston. Everybody always say, "Oh, we want to." Is he going to be like the one in Houston, Texas? He ain't been like that since Texas, and he's been with the Browns for 3 years. What you expecting now? And he's injured every year.
Yeah, that's a big deal. Like 4 years at quarterback position, not being able to show your caliber of talent or what you can do. I mean, you might not be able to do that anymore after 4 years. You
That's what
know,
I'm saying. You might not be able to physically do that no more. Father
that's a
time might have hit you
long
early.
time.
That's been an injury.
That's a long time to not play football, like a full season of football for real. You just playing
Yep.
here and there, scattered out. That's a long time, and the game
Yep.
changes very quickly.
If he wasn't the most expensive player that the Browns had with so much guaranteed money tied to him, the Browns would already cut him. They would have already offloaded that situation and been moved on. But he got them, you know what I mean, tied behind the back right now, man. It's hard, bro. Like it they gotta ain't nobody they can't trade him because no team is gonna touch that. None. I don't care who. Ain't no team touching that contract. They're
And
gonna be like, you gotta live and die by that one. That's your fault.
if there's a clause in that contract to, like I said, like you were saying, as far as showing that he hasn't been doing his due diligence to be
Yep,
healthy and to play, you know, and make himself accessible for the team. If that is the case, and that might be the best thing for the Browns for that video.
yep, yep, yep. So Mark, man, hey, let's talk about more NFL, man. So we got two games today. We got one that's starting in 30 minutes between the Texans and the Chargers. And then you got my Baltimore Ravens got to beat up on the Steelers today. You know what I mean? Russell Wilson, I hope your offense coordinator yourself throw those 5-yard backwards pitch pass. So we're gonna club that today. But let's talk about the Texans and the Chargers, man. What's your take on that game, bro?
The Texans in charge, like we said earlier in the week, that definitely is going to be a good game. I'm looking forward to that one. I think that one might go down to the wire. I mean, I think the Texans can pull it off because definitely defense is what stands out in the playoffs, and I think their defense will overcome, even though they have some injuries on their defense. The Chargers have a good defense too, and
Yeah,
all around the team. So that's
yeah,
definitely
yeah.
I think it'll be a good game. But I think the Texans will pull it off, and we'll go 24-17.
Chargers,
No, Texans.
Texas.
Yeah, that's what I said. I think the Texans will pull it off. Yeah,
I, I, I
24-17.
predicted the Chargers win less than 7 points. Um, I honestly think this year is not meant for the Texans. Obviously, they got some injuries too. Also, Chargers fairly healthy. Um, I think at least the Chargers are going to win a playoff game, and I think it's the best situation. I think Texas have been having a down year this year, regardless. And you could call it the sophomore slump of Stroud. I think his supporting cast he dealt with a lot of. They had a lot of injuries throughout the whole year. That
Yeah, it
affected.
does. It definitely ain't all on him.
Yeah, but I honestly think the Chargers going to be a little bit too much for him. I think I ain't gonna say too much for him. I think they're just going to edge him out with a more veteran coach, like
Mm.
Harbaugh. So I'm gonna take the Chargers on out. The Ravens and the Steelers. Steelers got to come to the Ravens. They got to come to the bank.
Let's
Um,
go Steelers.
I doubt that's going to happen. I honestly think we're going to beat them by 21 points at the minimum. I think Derrick Henry. I already had the boys from the wire. Had Omar. You know what I mean? Pay Todd Monken a visit to tell him, hey, give him some encouraging words. Also,
How you make a nice decent analyst review about the Texans in charge and then come with a just blasphemer type of a score
hey,
for the Ravens game, man? That don't
hey,
even make
man. I mean, that's how life works sometimes, bro. So it's
that
been
don't
a
make
it's been a lot of it's been a lot of conversations been had in these couple of days. And first of all, we had the boy from the wire pull up on Todd Monken, run the fucking ball. So Derrick Henry, he's gonna have at least 140 yards rushing.
mm.
Probably
So
about he's gonna have 2 tubs. And then we ain't worried about Zay Flowers. Zay Flowers, rest up, bro. We got you. We'll see you next week because we ain't worried about the Steelers right now. Andrew's gonna have 2 tubs today. And also Lamar gonna have 1 rushing touchdown. So we're gonna get at least 35 today. That's gonna happen. And I don't see 14, 17 points that the Steelers have. That's the most I see them gonna. I just don't see it, but it was somebody else that had it. It was somebody else got a conversation too. So did you see the story about? It's not a story, but it was something he said. It was Lamar Jackson mom cussed him out. You seen that mark by cussed him out at the one of the games against the Steelers last time they played?
when she told him to run the ball,
Yeah, cussed them out. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So it's a couple of young ladies off of TikTok, and they name is on the video. So I'm giving them credit for the video because that's their video. But they gave some encouraging words. I want to go ahead and pass it along.
This is for Lamar Jackson's mama and Lamar Jackson's mama only. If you are not Lamar Jackson's mother, keep scrolling. We have a game tomorrow, so I need you to set the tone. Give them a nicely worded message using some strong language. It can be via group chat, voice message. You know what? Let's do a huddle at practice today. Make sure you put some extra loving on Justin Tucker, okay? Thank you.
I mean, if y'all win, it might be by a kick. By y'all might need Tucker to kick
Mark,
that
I'm
ball.
telling you right now, they coming to the bank, bro. All of the boys from the hood gonna be there. They're gonna be inside the stadium, but they also gonna be outside the stadium. And let things go wrong. They're gonna be right by the Ravens parking, not the player parking, by the coaching parking. And they look for one coach. Okay, it's gonna be one coach that's gonna cause that problem. It ain't gonna be Orr, the defensive coordinator. It's gonna be the Todd Monkey, and they looking for you.
Yeah, Monkey got a target on his back, no doubt about it. At this point in time, but I told you what he gonna do. Y'all might get past this game, but I told you what he gonna do. He gonna mess it up. He gonna run probably to Jacksonville. So that head coach.
So also let's talk about the games on Sunday, man. You got the Bills and the Broncos. I think you already kind of gave your projections on that. I think you taking the Bills by a landslide. Am I
Well, not
correct on that?
necessarily a landslide, but they'll definitely pull it off. They'll win.
Yeah. Broncos defense, they still young together. I Broncos got a good defense, a real good defense, actually, a real good
They
defense.
do.
But as a Auburn fan, that we have Bo Nix, I don't trust Bo Nix to get out the car correctly.
Mm-hmm.
So to let alone to go out there to beat the Buffalo Bills in Buffalo, I ain't seen no reports that they had to shovel themselves out of snow today. But
Pretty
in
deep.
Buffalo, Now, I say this: Colorado is cold as crap too, and they higher altitude. But something about Buffalo cold is a little different. You know what I mean? I ain't never seen nobody have to dig their own players got to and fans got to dig themselves out just to have a seat in the stadium.
Yeah, them folks
Colorado.
literally they literally paid fans to come shuffle snow
Yeah,
at the stadium.
yeah,
That was
yeah,
crazy. And gave them
yeah.
like free tickets and stuff. Hey man, one thing, man, you have to let go, man. Bo Nix,
Let go what? Let go what?
the Bo Nix era in Auburn, you gotta let it go, man. Let it go. He wasn't that bad. You know,
Okay.
just let it go. He's an Oregon man. He
He's an
just
Oregon
started
man.
out. He
Yeah.
just started at in
He
Auburn.
started out, huh? That's what you
Yeah,
said. He started
he
out.
started
Okay.
out in Auburn. You know, it wasn't his fault. It was y'all coaching fault, and a little
Okay.
bit of his fault. It was a little bit of his fault.
Okay.
Mostly y'all coaching.
That sounds cool and all.
But
I
just
mean,
let it go, man.
I mean,
Cause y'all,
he did
y'all,
follow his dad. He did follow his dad's footsteps to come play at Auburn.
he
Both of us
did.
got his.
Yeah. That's
I
y'all
mean,
fault.
so I gotta call a spade with a spade. You know what I
I'm
mean?
just saying, just let it go, man. You got Thorn now, so you should be happy.
Don't be dope. He's done. Hey, he's out of there, boy. Hey, that was the biggest celebration on the Auburn page with Thorne. This is last game. Everybody said, "Thank you, Jesus." Everybody said, "Hey, pick up your Bibles. Let's start from Genesis because we're going back to the beginning." You know what I mean? That's what happened. We are done with Thorne, bro. We is done with that. Thank God. Thank
Oh
God.
man, it's been a rough year, and it shows. Yeah,
Hey
man.
man,
I'm
hey,
glad.
so I gotta. Hey, I'm gonna hit a couple more topics, man, so we can make sure we tune in for the playoff game, man. So we're gonna talk about we still in the NFL. Then we'll hear a little bit of college basketball. So the last subject I got to talk about with NFL. So ex teammate of yourself, Mark, that was at UAB was trying to fight a senior citizen. That's what y'all did at UAB, man.
Hey, if the
That's
senior
what y'all.
citizen deserved it,
Oh, really?
uh,
Hey. So I'm gonna give a shout out to the Water Boys sports podcast show out of Atlanta, man. So hey, they had a guest, and I'm gonna let you watch the video because you probably don't know what I'm talking about.
That worked there, the equipment guys, they snitched on you and told him that you wanted to whip his ass.
I did
And
a
so
couple of times.
he told a story that he actually drove to your house.
Yeah,
And he said your mom was there,
Yeah.
your grandmama was there,
Yeah.
and your great grandmama was there.
That's facts.
And he said to meet you in the garage. Tell us about that.
we had a practice or whatever, and I think it was after New Year's. It was like New Year's night, so I went out the night before.
Yeah.
And I had told him it was like we was going to the weekend. It was a Friday practice. I was like, "Yo, man, it's New Year's. I ain't running no routes or nothing. Like, I'm coming to practice, but I ain't gonna be able to practice." So he was like, "Hey, man, I don't care nothing about no New Year's. You better bring your ass in here ready to play, right? Mm-hmm. We got a big game this week." I'm like, "Yo, I'll be ready for the game, but I'm going out tonight." So I'm telling him this, right? So we get to practice, right? I probably got home probably 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. So I'm tired. Yeah. The next day, we got to wake up at 7. So we got to be inside the building. So I'm working off 2 hours of sleep. And it's a fast practice because we call it Fast Fridays. So we ain't up there for about an hour. But I ain't want to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I told him that the day before. So he comes in there and I'm getting there. He was like, and I would look at the script. You know, we got the script and we got plays and we got our numbers by which plays he want us to run for that Friday. So I'm over there and I look at the plays. I'm like, yo. And I look at him. I'm like, yo, man, you got me on way too many plays. I ain't running today. I told you that. He was like, listen, man, just get your ass ready to practice. I don't want to hear all this other shit. So I'm like, all right, cool. So we get out there and me and him were beefing back and forth. The period start. I'm on the sideline. He yelling at me, go in. I'm like, nah, I ain't going in. I said, get somebody else to run it. So somebody else run the next play. And then the next play, I was like, all right, I'll go in for one play. So I go in there for the ref, and I'm jogging, to be quite honest. So I really messed up the practice because Matt was like trying to get our timing down and everything. And I'm just blowing it off because I went out the night before, right?
Yeah.
So I get home, right, and Terry yelling at me the whole practice, like embarrassing me in front of all the players and shit. He was like, you selfish, motherfucker, you went out, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, man. Like, and then half the other people that was out there was with me when we went out, too, you know what I'm saying? But the emphasis was on me, you know what I'm saying? Because I was the leader, so I had to do what I had to do. So I get out of the field, I'm like, man, I'm finna go in this man's office, I'm finna whoop him. Like, I was really, like, on that, like, I'm finna go beat him up, right? So it was like, nah, man, you just need to go home. So he called me. He was like, listen, I'm watching this film. It's terrible. You terrible. I said, man, you know where I stay at, man. If you want to see me, just come on over here. I said, so we don't get in trouble by none of these white folks. So he was like, all right, I'm coming. So I laying down, I'm asleep, I'm getting a nap. My mama texted me, she come in the room, she's like, hey, your coach here. I said, where he at? He was like, he in the garage. I said, all right, bet. So I put on my shoes, right? I'm ready to go, right? So I put on my shoes and I get to the door, and my girl was like, what you about to do? So she come to the door, she was like, she looked out, she said, what you want with my grandson? And he looked at her, he was like, he said he want to fight me. So she turned around and looked at me and I was like, yeah, Grand, I'm finna whoop him right now. She was like, you ain't finna fight this old man. She was like, you not finna fight this old man. And he over there was like, no, I'm finna beat him up. So now, my grandma was like, so what's the problem? Like, I can't be aggressive or nothing with him because she's standing right here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, we ain't got no problem. The problem is this man that came to my house without permission. I'm finna whip him. So my grandmother was like, ain't he your coach? I was like, yeah. And she was like, hey, y'all need to come in here. Let me talk to you. Yeah. So he started like talking to my grandmama, my great grandmama, and all this. And now they laughing and giggling, right? And I'm just watching the conversation. I'm like,
you still read this?
Yeah, I'm like, this ain't no fanfare. Like, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? So after that, they didn't laugh and giggle. They was like, now he didn't got to my grandma. My grandma was like, well, if you having any problems with Roddy, just let us know. We'll handle it. I was like, what?
So you were ready to put hands on him?
I was ready to put hands on him. I ain't lying to you. I was ready to put hands on him. I was going to whoop him out there, too. And then my grandma talked to them. They talked. Now they were best friends. Now every week he talking to them. They having this powwow every week. You know what I'm saying? And then one week he like, I'm still going to beat your grandson. And my grandma like, no. Now one thing you're not gonna do, you ain't gonna touch him. Now if you touch him, I'm gonna give him permission to whoop you at that point. Yeah. But yeah, she was. But that was some good times, you know. And Terry got real, you know, close with me and my family, and I mean, we went to Pro Bowls and everything together, man. And it was just a special moment.
So Mark, your ex teammate, why you trying to beat up on senior citizens, man? That what y'all did?
Hey, that's him. That's Roddy. That's how he is. Yeah, anybody can get it. You know, that was the rule. Anybody can get it. You cross that line. That roast. That's how he was. Hey, he used to do the same thing in practice, man. Sometimes he'd be out there lollygagging. He not running fast. We had a coach named Coach Moncrief. He played for Clemson. He was the quarterback at Clemson.
Yeah.
He was our wide receiver coach. Man, he used to be cussing right out too, man. All the time. When Ryder was out there lollygagging and loafing. But hey, man, one thing I can tell you, though, he ain't lying, though. When he get to the game, though, the boy,
he show up.
He shows up. He gonna show out, as you can see. He did his thing. But practice? Like, practice? No, boy, yeah, we lived that life. I'm telling you, when Ryder got drafted, man, we party. We would come to Atlanta, man, and party hard, and we got a scrimmage in the morning. We got to be back in Birmingham for a scrimmage. Man, we on the field smelling like nothing but alcohol. Yeah, man, we used to go hard, boy. Hard in the paint.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, that was funny, bro. I said, man, I'm gonna hit Mark with this one, man. Hey, let's talk about the last topic, man, for the show today. Talk about some college basketball, man. Tennessee, uh, Tennessee, man, they was number one in the nation. They still currently right now is because the new rankings have been released, but they didn't just get beat by Florida, boy. They got stomped by Florida. But also last year during the March Madness, what did me you say, Mark? One thing you can't sleep on is Florida.
Yeah.
Florida, football, basketball, baseball, track and field. You can't sleep on Florida. They might not have an undefeated record, but they'll show up at the right time, bro. And they
Sure
did, man.
is.
They
They
beat the
sure
crap out of
is.
you,
Yeah,
man.
they did by 20 points, 20, or 20
Yeah.
plus. Might have been 20 plus points.
Yep.
Yeah, man, they did. They showed up and they showed out on Tennessee. And I mean, I'm pretty sure they'll definitely fall.
Oh,
Florida
they got to
wasn't ranked.
fall because you know what? You know
Florida
who ain't
wasn't ranked.
losing? War Eagle, Auburn. We ain't not lose, and we just won again before the show started. You seen it? We read it, bro.
Y'all not
Hey,
undefeated.
hey,
Y'all are not undefeated.
we lost one. We lost one.
All
We
right.
lost one. Hey,
Yeah, y'all
I'm
y'all
one in
gonna
the
lose
nation.
too.
We about to be one in the nation. And what we do, we don't care about the road. We went to the road. What we do? We go on your trap and we take over that shit, man. And then we
Hey,
come back. What I said, we go back on the plane. We might have a couple of fights on the plane. We get off the plane, we go to practice. We have a beer and we chill.
y'all
That's
got to
what
come. Y'all got to come to T-Town now.
we ain't
So,
worried about no T-Town, man.
so if y'all move up and y'all win, we definitely got to be with 3.
That don't matter.
Y'all
We
got
coming.
to come.
Hey, we
Y'all
coming
got
to
to
y'all
come.
trap. We got matter of fact, we might put a Bruce
Now,
Pearl jersey on
now,
this same statue. That's how
now,
disrespect we finna get. We
you
coming
better.
to y'all house, we taking over it.
Yeah,
Hey,
you do that.
old boy that poison the arbor trees, he's dead now. He dead and gone. There ain't no more poison trees no more. We got security for that. We
His
good.
name, his name, Sting rings bells around here. What
Exactly.
about?
Hey, the history is gone now. Hey, we coming
Hey,
we coming to Alabama. Every SEC school, we coming to your trap, take over your trap. That's what we
no,
doing.
y'all not. No, y'all not. No, y'all not, man. I love your enthusiasm,
Hey,
and
it
I
is
tell
what
you
it
what,
is.
and I tell
Hey,
you what, all of y'all will be doing prison time if y'all touch Nick Saban's statue. Every last one of y'all. Shoe program. 23-hour lockdown. If you touch that Saban statue, you want to. I told you what the man said on the 30 for 30. He said
yeah.
if they put a jersey on Bear Bryant's statue, the trees deserved it. No, the rivalry never stops. It never stops.
Hey, it never stops, bro. But hey, Mark, man, there was another great episode, man. We about to end it, man, because you know the NFL playoff game about to kick off. Mark,
Yeah.
man, I'm gonna deal with the closing words, bro.
Yeah, definitely, man. We appreciate y'all. Everybody keep coming back. We appreciate all the new subscribers. Everybody tuning in to our videos and shorts. We couldn't do it without y'all. We appreciate y'all. We keep coming back for the news. Keep coming back for the sports. We'll keep delivering it for y'all. No doubt about it.
Much appreciated. Hey, y'all have a good one, and you'll see us in a couple of days for the recap of college football. NFL playoffs. Y'all have a
Yes, no
great one.
doubt about it. Have a good one. See you soon.